wasn't a mess. It was organized chaos. I was just about finished planning my new fashion line. You went and you put everything away. But every time I make a mess, you get upset. But this was my mess, in my house. And now I have to start from scratch.
Did someone say organized chaos? Get your kid ass out of here. Honestly, I think I forgot how good Season 2 is. I mean, I know my personal favorite season is Season 4, and I can't wait to talk about that season when we get to it. But I'd be lying if I didn't say Season 2 is what actually hooked me on the show. Hello! I'm Discord Jedi Knight, and we're reviewing Episode 5 of Season 2, Sisterhood Social. So Rarity wakes up to her house on fire and runs down to find out it's not. It's just her sister making breakfast. Turns out her parents are going out of town. They need her to babysit Sweetie Belle for her. Now, it's amazing how much I can strangely relate to a couple of female ponies. Seriously, being a middle child, I relate to both sides of the arguments here. I remember plenty of times when I was trying to do something nice. Not necessarily for my siblings, but for my family. I remember thinking, oh, the big adults will never finish this if I don't help out. And I would often pick flowers that shouldn't have been picked, smooth out rocks in the garden that were only there in a pile just so they could be moved to the area they just cleaned out, or tried to help with cooking only to make a massive mess in the kitchen. Long story short, I remember being told not to help, just to go and play, and soon I remember, in my teenage years, especially whenever I was asked to help, I honestly felt hopeless and useless, so I did nothing at all to help anymore, knowing it would get me in trouble if I helped Tron, even losing whatever small bit of confidence I had. It wasn't until much later that I got that back. And while it didn't last that long, I just wanted to give Sweetie Belle a hug when she said she couldn't do anything right. And if that wasn't bad enough, here she is watching the great sisters hang out and have tons and tons of fun, something she wished she could do with Rarity. But as always, I'm getting ahead of myself. I also like how this episode shows both sides of the argument. Not just Sweetie Belle's, but Rarity's. And in all honesty, Rarity has every right to be mad. I love the fact that in this episode, there isn't really an antagonist. Neither one is wrong for being upset, but neither one should have treated each other like they did. After all, Sweetie Belle did smoke up her house and burned all the breakfast. So, Rarity properly fixes up some food, and Sweetie Belle wants to help, but Rarity forgets to let her in on the fun, frustrating Sweetie Belle. In the process, all she gets to do is stick a silly decorative leaf on it. How boring is that? Afterward, she walks off and finds that Rarity needs to do some laundry and tries to help her. Unfortunately, she washes one of the most expensive sweaters that's dry clean only in shrinks. All in all, I'd be mad too, and so Rarity tells her to go find something to do. So she finds some art supplies and makes a cute little drawing of her and her sister. But wanting to spruce it up and make it shine like Rarity often wants to, she finds some blue sapphires that were not in Rarity's office with Mom, where she has hundreds of gems she wouldn't mind as Sweetie Belle used a handful. But she didn't know Rarity had a very important job she needed those gems for, thus leading to another fight. Rarity tells her she needs to just clean up her art mess and find something productive to do. Now, yes, Sweetie Belle did not know about the gems and should have asked first, but that would have ruined her surprise for Rarity. And she does have a good train of thought. She's just getting everything wrong. She's a child, and why, yes, she is to blame for a lot of it. Rarity needs to realize she should spend some time with her sister. Instead of telling her to find something to do, Rarity should either make or find something for her to do, or better yet, something they can do together. But clearly, she is too busy and is rightfully mad at her that she doesn't want to. All in all, it leads her to clean up not only her mess, but also Rarity's mess too. And oh God, I relate to this so much. I remember growing up, my room was a damn mess constantly. Now, as an adult, I've actually become somewhat of a minimalist. I still have stuff, but honestly, I don't need it. I kind of keep it around for keepsakes, but if something happens, I wouldn't care to leave it. I have very little attachment to my stuff nowadays. I guess it just happens when you're an adult, and you realize there are far more important things in life than silly knickknacks. And I remember as a kid, my room was what everyone in my family called a mess. But to me, it was organized in the way I wanted it, and I could remember where everything was in an instant. But whenever my parents or even my siblings would come, worse, make me clean, or worse, make me clean up for like a family gathering or something, guess what would happen? That's right, I would remember where anything was. My shoes? Who knows?
My Star Wars Anakin action figure? Yeah, beats me. My school homework? Ha! Good luck finding that.
Now I'm gonna get points off for turning it in late. I would lose every ounce of memory of where my stuff was because it wasn't organized, and it would take me a week just to get back on track. Was it a mess? Yes, but much like Rarity, it was organized chaos. And trust me, though I'm no longer that messy in real life, my computer hard drive is a nightmare for anyone but me. I have videos and thumbnails everywhere that make no sense if you're not me. Organized chaos? I truly do understand the concept. So when Sweetie Belle cleans up Rarity's mess in Rarity's house and she explains this, it made me want to scream at Sweetie Belle. And they're so tired of each other they separate with harsh words. Sweetie Belle goes to see Apple Bloom, who is having a good time with her sister, and starts wishing Applegat was her sister instead of Rarity. Meanwhile, Rarity is slowly finding uses for her sister's mistakes. Her sweater can be given to her cat, and she finds the drawing, bringing her to tears, so she runs off to tell Sweetie Belle she's sorry. Only here is where I, all in all, switch sides completely. She goes and tells Sweetie Belle she's sorry just to do stuff she wants to do. Sweetie Belle, though, doesn't want to. She just wants to have fun in the mud. I also found it hilarious how Apple Bloom was not on board with Sweetie Belle stealing her sister. I found it cute, childish, and funny. They really feel like real kids in this, and that's something I really always enjoy about the CMC. They're not like adults and kid from making silly mistakes. For the sake of lessons, no, instead they actually come off as real, genuine, childish, but sweet kids. Okay, I love the fact that it's such a short scene, and I totally missed it the first time, but if you pay close attention, when Applegat gets out of the mud, her eyes are not green, they're blue. Who has blue eyes? Rarity for her sister, for both of them got her feet dirty. This is Rarity's true character. I get it on the surface level. She's a snotty at times glam girl, all makeup and dresses with no real heart, it seems. But if you actually just pay attention to her, you realize she cares so much for her friends and family to the point where she literally gets constantly messed up and dirty, something she can't stand. She does have her flaws, she isn't perfect. But that makes her who she is. I would explain further, but I already have a video on Rarity if you'd like to check that out after this one. So what is my rating for this episode? This is a 10. This is hands down one of the best episodes in MLP and one of the most mature ways to express a sibling argument I have ever seen. Thanks to it, I look back on my own siblings, and while no, I don't dwell on it to the point it runs my life or anything, I actually miss those days when we all had arguments ourselves. I definitely don't think it was all my fault, but I can now see that I wasn't clear of blame, too. Now, as an adult, when I do get around my siblings, we actually laugh about the old days. It's so surreal and eye-opening how short life actually is. Wow, okay, I better stop before I start babbling on about life. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, and remember friendship is magic.